Okay guys, we've got another sheet, and this one I actually forgot that we had printed. So we're just going to go through and knock out the lamination process. This is on our glossy vinyl, and again we have some graphics here that were custom done, basically a World War II parody for nose art on model aircraft. The detail in these are really cool, just making a really detailed image and coming through with how we had that playfulness in World War II on a lot of the nose art, and you can see what we've got here. Again, the finish came out excellent. Colors have all been remastered. We're going to send this through the laminator. We'll show you exactly what we got. Okay guys, once again, we pull no punches on this channel. You could see why we print extras. We got some blems here. I tried something a little different with the laminator. I wanted to align the glass a little differently, and you can see it doesn't always pan out. But I did that intentionally, and either way, sometimes trial and error works, sometimes it doesn't. You document what works, you document what doesn't, so you're not chasing your tail, and you move forward. That's how you learn. Looking at these came out fine. So once again, you overprint, so in case you do have a blem like this, you didn't lose the job. Now, just to clarify, this sheet is what, 12 by 13? Mm-hmm. 12 by 13. This one set of graphics sells for what?
I think $11.
$11. So for a 12 by 13 sheet, these sold for $11. Do the math on that. Do the markup on that. Think about how crazy that is. What do we sell a sheet size like that for?
It's gotta be $2.50 a sheet.
$2.50 a sheet.
Mm-hmm.
$2.50 a sheet. And we had a blem. If we didn't have a blem, you'd have $22 a sheet. So break it down, guys. You're not selling hot dogs in the rain. You're not worrying about if the guy you're selling hot dogs for decides that you can no longer use his business to park in front of. I've seen videos like this. As you know, a lot of people can't believe that to be true, but I'm telling you the truth. There's easier ways to make money if you're smart and willing to invest the time. This, like I said, just explaining that profit margin, break it down. You can see we got lamination here. Everything came out great as usual. We're going to go hit it on the cutter and knock it out. Okay guys, Joanna's in Vinyl Master. Of course, she's working with the Suma. Got her little overhead light on. She'll turn that off once she aligns the head. Matter of fact, if I could make one suggestion to Suma, it would be to put an LED on the head so that it would make it easier for you to see your registration marks in dark areas. These are just a quick pointer, and it would certainly not be expensive to do. But this method works just as good. Once again, we put a piece of vinyl on the bottom of this. We don't get any scratches on our equipment. Keep your equipment like new, guys. This is equipment to make money. In the event you ever want to sell it, you'll get your money back. Okay, she did head alignment. Now she's scanning the marks. It truly never ceases to amaze me to discuss on that topic a little more how I see people keep their equipment. Many of you see that as well. We get a lot of comments about that. When you look at used equipment and you're thinking about buying what other people are claiming to be, and I say this with quotations, like new, excellent condition, keep in mind that, like measuring with a tape measure, is subjective to the individual. In my other business, I'll get guys say, you know, they'll send me a tape measure measurement, and they'll say, oh, it's 1 inch. Their 1 inch and an actual 1 inch is usually way off, and I'm just telling you the truth. No different than when someone says their equipment is like new condition or excellent condition. I can't tell you how many people I've dealt with that have told us horror stories about used equipment. And that's why I'm not really fond of it unless you know the person or you really, really understand what you're buying. You can see we're doing weed boxes. Pay close attention to what I'm saying. You do not want to have hassles with this type of equipment because it is just as expensive to fix, if not more, than just buying it new right the first time. Okay, we're going to go over, let her weed it, show you what we got. Okay guys, we've got them all trimmed. Now she's going to do the weeding process. And again, these do have weed boxes. She'll just carefully go through. These are really detailed cut to get everything, once again, as far as imaging in there. Transfer tape is a must for something this detailed, and you'll find that out as you go. But as I was saying about used equipment, be very careful. You're better to start with new equipment that may not be the absolute best, but will give you peace of mind knowing, like I said earlier, that you're not dealing with someone else's problems. Typically, what we really see is a lot of used printers being bought. And when people buy used printers, what you're always afraid of, or should be afraid of, and not really discussed much, is the inks used within the printers. A lot of people use aftermarket inks that are not OEM, and why they say that it's better, of course, they think they're saving money. The question is, what's the fade duration? What's the quality of the inks? That's where people don't understand that using OEM means that when the manufacturer states certain fading claims or duration claims or quality claims, that is what you're paying for. That's why printer ink is so expensive on high-end models. But when you're just using inks from God knows where, then you always run into that risk of what kind of quality you can expect. And that's why I say don't cut corners. You're not going to find a quality painter using cheap paint when he's painting vehicles or motorcycles. They use the best. Or they should. Let's say it that way. These came out fantastic. Let's see exactly what we got here, guys. You want to peel the edge off? We'll show them exactly the how the material lays. You can see just how smooth that backing is. And when she applies the transfer tape, we're going to be golden. This will look awesome. So again, guys, want to thank you for your support. All the questions you have, we're doing our best to answer them as much as possible and as fast as possible. Right now it is the holiday season, so things get kind of crazy. Keep the questions coming. We'll do our best to answer any questions you have. And of course, if you guys have any questions regarding custom vinyl for your projects, let us know. Of course, there's no order too small and no order too large. Just let us know what you're doing, and we'll make sure to match best our substrates with your projects. Take care.